In the creation cycle of the five elements of the body being wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, I gave you some tips when I was patting myself. Liver, heart, spleen, stomach, lungs, and kidneys. Of course there are more because each element has 2 organs attached to it. Some of them have 4. Okay? But in the creation cycle, everything begins with wood, right? Depending on how you look at that. But we're going to start with wood. And the wood sound is for the liver. And the liver is connected to the emotion of frustration, anger, tension. A lot of times liver type of people have inflammation in the body because they say you have liver fire. So this is for putting out the liver fire. The sound is shh, shh, like be quiet. Okay? But the difference is, in a lot of systems, they tell you to make the sound on the exhale. Mentally, we're going to make the sound on the inhale and actually make the sound on the exhale. So we're going to inhale and stretch. We're going to exhale and sink and make the sound shh, because liver chi rises. So you're going to inhale, mentally think shh, stretch, and shh. Right? Inhale, stretch. Stretch up, exhale. Do that about 3, 6, or 9 times. Inhale, stretch, think, shh. Exhale, shh. Of course, liver is the wood element. And the wood element is associated with the color green. So you can think of inhaling green, green air if you want, or as if you're turning green. That's another way to create that vibration because each color has a frequency. That's liver. So as we move on, we're going to move on to fire. Okay, second element in the creation cycle of the 5 elements is the fire element. Fire represents the heart, the small intestine, the pericardium, and the triple heater. You don't need to know what all that is. It's fire, so we'll just think heart, like the burning heart or burning love, right? And fire can dissipate or it can settle, right? Fire, this emotion, has to do with joy, expression of joy. So people who have a weak heart usually have no joy or a limited amount of joy. And usually a strong-hearted person is open. Their heart is open, right? So this sound, a lot of people use the word ha. Ha is actually not what you want to use because it sends energy up. We want to sedate the heart fire and keep that joy, you know, present in the heart without giving too much away, you know. So anyway, this sound is he, right? And for the heart, you're going to inhale. Inhale. Coming down to about right here, right about at the xiphoid process, and you're going to push straight out with the fingers straight up. Inhale, mentally thinking he, and exhale, making the sound. It's a whispered sound. Inhale, think he. Exhale. One of the things you want to keep in mind is what color is associated with fire. Probably red, right? Well, I don't want to activate my heart fire. So I want to think solar plexus, that I'm inhaling into my solar plexus, the sun of the body, right? So I'm going to inhale bright red, thinking he. Exhale, bright red, he, to get rid of that turbid heart energy, the turbid heart chi. And you'll see that doing this exercise can actually make you happy. Let's move on to the third element. Okay, the third element in the creation cycle of the 5 elements, the Jiangfu, right? Or the Wu Xing is the 5 elements, but the Jiangfu organ associated next is the earth, that's spleen and stomach. You don't need to know what a spleen is for this. Just know that you have a stomach and the stomach represents earth, okay? Now, the earth element is, the sound is hu, like an owl. So you'll make this shape with your mouth, and you'll make this this lightly whispered sound. In this case, we're going to push behind us. I don't know how much of that you'll see, so I'm going to back up a little bit. You're going to inhale. Right? I don't know how much of that you saw, but you inhale up to the solar plexus and push back. Right? The color is golden, yellow, or mustard yellow. You're going to inhale, thinking the sound, who, then making the sound. For those of you who do 6 healing sounds and you don't mentally make the sound on the inhale, you'll see that this is much different. There's a yin practice and a yang practice, because there's a yin element, there's a yin side to each element, and there's a yang side to each element, because there are 2 respective organs associated with each element. Doing the sound on the inhale is yin. Doing the sound on the exhale is yang. So you're balancing 2 organs instead of 1. Okay? So the earth element is golden. You're inhaling up to the solar plexus. You exhale the sound whoo. Whoo. It's a light whisper. We'll move on to the lungs. Metal. Okay. This is the metal element, lungs, and large intestine. A lot of people think that there would be a wind element in Chinese medicine that would represent air, or an air element. It's actually metal. Okay? So, lungs can either disperse outward or they can gather in. In this case, we're going to do both. We're going to gather in, we're going to make the sound like a snake with the teeth. There are other sounds that we can use, but I like this sound in particular because it's like letting off steam. And the metal element is all about letting go. Being able to let go, because if you have a metal disturbance, you'll have traveling issues, right? Things will move around your body like a wind heat disturbance. Like you'll have pain that goes from different places of the body, or you'll have an infection in one place, or cancer in one place that pops up elsewhere. This is a metal element disturbance. So we're going to do the inhale, come up to about solar plexus, raise up to the throat, exhale. Inhale, think it. Exhale, make the sound. Inhale, exhale. Now some people say the metal element is associated with the color white or silvery white. But to be honest, what color is white? Like, name anything in nature that's just white. Everything has color. There's nothing, even, you know, people that are called white are sort of pink or other colors and shades. Like, nothing is white. So I tell you, picture silver. Picture a light colored silver, or picture a light gray or heather gray. Don't bother picturing white, because light is like imagining all colors at one time. You're gonna inhale, silver gray, exhale, so that's dispersing. When you're gathering, you're gonna inhale the opposite direction and push down to your toes. You won't see that. But inhale, think it, picture it, make the sound. That's the metal element. Next is water. Okay, if some of you have realized by now, there's a color associated with these sounds. The water element is associated with the kidney and the urinary bladder, right? The urinary bladder is the longest meridian in the body. It starts right here. It goes over the head, down the back up, both sides of the back, down the back of the leg, and it ends on the feet. It's the longest meridian in the body. And it's really important to get this correct, because the kidney, the other side, is what represents your vital energy, your kidney chi, your essence, your jing. This is a very important sound. And if you're using the wrong sound, in my opinion, it's sort of a phonetic. So there may be different, people say chew, it's fu in our system, fu, like a cold wind. And the way we do fu is by pushing the palms together to create heat. We actually squeeze the whole body together. So the knees squeeze together, the ankles squeeze together, the palms here at the heel of the palm, that squeezes together, and we inhale the sound, thinking it, fu, and we exhale. Inhale, think it, exhale, make it. So we're gonna add a color. What color is associated with water? What else? Purple. Some people even say black is associated with water. It depends. It's more of a yin. Black is more of a yin. So you would think if somebody was kidney yin deficient, or they had trouble sleeping, or they had some type of hormonal issue, that they would picture black or dark purple. So you could imagine blue if you want. Just inhale, think it, exhale. And that's the water element. Don't sleep on the water element. Perform each one of these elements 3, 6, or 9 times. What do the numbers mean?